So what do I do beyond that? Now we have to talk about our own individual health issues, right? I have a few things going on. One is I self-diagnosed myself, it's got to be 15 years now, with a parathyroid issue. How in the world did I self-diagnose myself with a parathyroid issue when I didn't even know I had a parathyroid, right? But I knew something was wrong. And what happened is, after a doctor's appointment, I asked for my blood work. And they said, oh, your blood work looks great, everything's normal. I said, well, wait a minute, but I want to see it. And my calcium was off in my blood, just a very little bit. Just a very little bit. And they said, oh, the doctor said, that's okay. Well, it's not okay with me. If there's limits to a blood range, and I'm over that limit, then it stands to reason to me that there must be a reason. So at first I really watched it, you know, for probably a year, and I had my blood work done and I continued to get results. Well, long story short, by the time I got done, I was with an endocrinologist. Yeah, that's right, endocrinologist. Can you say that 3 times really fast? An endocrinologist, and she said I absolutely had to have my parathyroid removed. Well, if you've known me at all, I'm pretty anti-surgery, and I will do a lot to stay off surgery or anything but a natural remedy. So I went to one of my naturopathic doctors, and he indicated to me that the thyroid and the parathyroid are all very difficult issues for science, but they had created something that they call Pinnacle. It doesn't mean anything, the name, it's just a thyroid complex that they developed. And he said, I think you should take this thyroid complex. Again, Renee, but doctor, I have a parathyroid issue, not a thyroid. He assured me that they were all connected. The blood levels of my parathyroid hormone in my blood should not be over 65. Mine were 128, okay, when we got into this, and the other doctor said I needed surgery. I took this. Now, it took me 2 years, but I got my parathyroid level down to 68, which for me, from 65 is close enough to avoid surgery, and I stay on this. So with you, you may find something that you need. I wouldn't say everybody needs my thyroid support, right? The other thing I take is something called adrenal support, which is all about your adrenal glands, right? These are the reasons why we're exhausted. We have these glands that sit near our kidneys that are what gets stressed when we're under constant stress or duress or not getting enough sleep or running kids around. I started taking this. I sleep 7 to 7.5 hours every night. I never set an alarm clock, and I wake up at 5:30 every morning. It's amazing. I've gotten myself to an amazing sleep pattern, which is so important, along with your supplements, and end of story. There's just so much we can do. The other thing that some of you might need, this is vitamin D. You hear a lot about it, so everybody started taking vitamin D. I happen to be someone, even living in the Northeast, that doesn't have a vitamin D issue. I take it once in a while because it's so important, and I just like interject it, but I watch it in my blood and take my supplements accordingly. And the last thing I take that I happen to think everybody needs, but not everybody's wants to take it, this happens to be called detox, but it's just fiber, and this is like 1 serving in a packet. I love this stuff. It's so important that we cleanse. Again, there's a whole cleanse tutorial that I have. But this is just great to keep your body rid of toxins every day. Charcoal that rids our body of toxins would be too tough to be taking every day. Something like this is something you can take every day that also pulls toxins out of your body. So, so important. You may have bone issues, bone density issues. There's all kinds of supplements for that. I was on that for a little while. I reversed my osteopenia. I actually grew back my bone. and do not have a bone density issue anymore. It's amazing what you can do. So these are half taken and I stopped taking them. So it's not as crazy as it seems, right? At the end of the day, it's important that you know your body and that you give it what it needs, right? To supplement, what you need to supplement. Thanks for watching me on YouTube today. And remember, this is a series, so you don't want to miss the next few days. Stay tuned, share this with your friends, and above all else, live an amazing life.